In this session, we'll be discussing simple, complicated, complex, and chaotic work types using the Stacey diagram. First, let's set up the main axis. On the vertical axis, we will have the requirements, and on the horizontal axis, we will have the technology. Now, let's add a third axis for people. The first work type to be considered is simple. With simple work, inputs are known, the process to convert the inputs are known, and the outputs are known. This type of work is usually formed by industrial work, like manufacturing. This is where processes have been designed for people to convert known inputs to known outputs using some machinery. However, even where you have this simple known process, if the people involved are relatively new or have not been trained, they may cause problems such as failing to correctly use the machinery. Let's proceed now to complicated work. Complicated, where you know the majority of what the requirements are and maybe not all of the technology, or you know what all the technology is but not all of the requirements, then this is primarily known work. There may be various steps to actually achieve the work being done. However, given the steps of the process are followed correctly, then the known inputs can be converted into known outputs. The next work we wish to consider here is that of the complex work. In this situation, less is known about the work to be delivered than is known. In this type of work, it is not possible to just follow a series of steps in the hope that we will deliver something that is expected. Here we must carry out iterative cycles of work with regular inspection by ourselves and our stakeholders. The last type of work is chaotic work, or work in a chaos environment. In this situation, very little, if anything, is known about the work required. People who regularly work in this type of work, or this type of environment, are those who deliver the emergency services. For the emergency services, they don't know what the problem might be. They do know that when the telephone rings, they will have to solve it. Therefore, they must have practiced a range of novel practices that give them experience in solving many types of problems. Scrum, as an empirical process control framework, thrives within the area of complex work. The Scrum framework gives opportunities at a regular cadence throughout the iteration cycle to inspect and adapt the work that has been undertaken. The first part of the iteration is taken up by planning to deliver a specific business goal for work that the team will deliver. Daily, the team will inspect its work towards delivering the goal. Then at the end of the iteration, which is called a sprint within the Scrum framework, the team will have a sprint review, including all of its stakeholders, to inspect the outcome of the sprint. Adaptation then occurs based on has the outcome met the goal? Does this impact on the overall product and the backlog of work that they think is required in order to deliver the full solution? It may be that from the work they delivered in a sprint, they now understand something which no longer needs to be delivered and can adapt their plan going forward. In this way, you can see that Scrum is a perfectly designed framework for understanding and delivering work in a complex environment where more is unknown than known. Scrum promotes the ability to inspect and adapt your plan based on what that inspection has highlighted. To conclude, this video highlights that Scrum provides an excellent framework with which to deliver solutions of the highest possible value to complex problems.